Again, I'm using the original heart as a demonstration here. You can see the thread wheel. It was very common on original hearts. It's a way of covering fairly large area without needing to sew or use a large number of pins, which obviously were in short supply. So this is what I mean by a thread wheel. And it looks a bit like a wagon wheel or like a stylised flower. I've done one here on this sample. So we can see here, this is another version of the thread wheel. It's made by putting a fairly large bead at the centre onto a pin. I've put this one onto a pin with a glass head. That goes into the centre of where you want your wheel to be. Now your thread comes up. You can either tie it onto the pin and then put it down. I find it easier with a needle to bring it in from the back. So I've knotted my thread, I've come in from the back here, and where that comes up is where I put my centre pin. It needs to be quite a big pin because you're going to end up with quite a bulky piece of thread underneath the back there. So once you've decided on your centre, you then pin in, again I'm using glass headed pins here, regularly. The more even they are, the better the effect. So then you simply wrap this thread around each pin and back to round the centre. So I'm going round that one, back round the centre pin. Just keep popping them in place because they tend to pop up. And then I'm coming back in and around. Keep going in the same direction. If you change direction, it ends up not looking quite so pretty. So I'm going round and round. Just keep tapping them in every now and again to make sure that they're staying in place. Round like this. One. You see what I mean about having quite a bulky bit of threads underneath that main one, so it's nice to have quite a big bead there. So that's the end of it. I can either tie that on to that pin in the middle, or if you've got a needle handy, the easiest way is just to take that back down through the middle, out through the back of your pin cushion, pull it tight, making sure that they're still in place on the pins, and then you can either tie it off or cut it there, and there you've got a beautiful thread wheel, which, as I say, uses up space but doesn't use up very much of your materials. So there we are, there's your thread wheel.